Well, hello Cornerstone Kids. It's great to see you. I wonder if you can tell me what's so special about today? What is so special about this Friday? Can you shout out? Louder? That's right. That's right. It's Good Friday today. It's Good Friday. Now, what do we celebrate on Good Friday? Can anybody tell me what we celebrate on Good Friday? Do you want to shout it out? That's right. We celebrate Jesus dying on the cross. But have you ever thought, well, that's a bit of a strange thing to celebrate? Why do we celebrate Jesus dying on a cross? Well, we're going to watch a little video now which will explain why it was such a good thing that Jesus, because he loves us so much, was willing to die on the cross for us. So let's watch this video.
First days are big for everyone. The day you're born is often a big day for your family. They've waited so long to meet you. First day at school always means big change. We want to tell you about someone who faced the biggest change ever. He was a criminal. This is going to sound strange, but his first day was on his last day. This guy on the right, he'd let the small sins in his heart grow and grow until they were out of control. His heart was full of selfishness, lies, anger, and greed. If his shirt shows us what his heart was like, then it was full of mess and muck. Then there was this guy. He had the same problem. The sin in his heart had spiraled out of control. He didn't care who he hurt. He did what he wanted. If his shirt showed us the sin in his heart and his life, then it would also be a mess. These men lived years ago when the punishment for the worst of criminals was to be nailed to a wooden cross and left there until you died. But there was a third man up there with them. This man was called Jesus. Let me tell you about him. There was nothing to write. No mess to put on his shirt because there was no sin, no lie, no selfish act, no time when he went his own way. Jesus had lived a perfect life, and yet there he was, nailed to a cross with the worst of sinners. As they were close to death, they had one last conversation.
Hey Jesus, if you are some big saviour, save yourself and us.
The man on the left said, "We are getting the punishment we deserve, but Jesus has done nothing wrong." He then said,
Jesus, from Mummy and back to your kingdom.
This man knows he is a sinner. He knows he's done wrong. He's really saying, "I'm helpless. I can't save myself. Jesus, you're my only hope."
Listen, what I say is true. You are gonna be with me in paradise.
On the cross, perfect Jesus took the punishment that sin deserves. It's like he put on all the messy sin of others and was punished for it. Jesus did that so sinners like us can be forgiven. But there's more. The criminal is not just forgiven. Jesus promised the criminal paradise today. So, the criminal's last day on earth was also his first day of forever with Jesus in heaven. He gave his sin to Jesus and got Jesus' perfect life.
We make a mess of our lives too. No matter what we do, we deserve the opposite. Jesus takes away our sin. Jesus is our only hope of heaven. This is the miracle about Easter.
Well, that was a great explanation, wasn't it? That was a fantastic explanation. See, the thing that was so good about Jesus dying on the cross is it means that we can be cleaned on the inside and be given a new life, a new forever life that starts in this life. So now we're going to sing a wonderful song, which talks and celebrates the fact that Jesus died just for you and just for me. And so we're going to enjoy the actions of for me, just for me. I hope you enjoy it. And then after you've sung that song, you might want to do an activity. You might want, with your dolls or your teddies, to make something similar with the white shirts and the mess on the white shirts that you can show us later on Easter Day. I hope you have a lot of fun.
Here's a song about how Jesus died on the cross. Maybe you could make up some actions for this song. He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, just for me. One day when I was lost, He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, just for me. They laid Him in the grave. They laid Him in the grave. They laid Him in the grave. For me, just for me. One day when I was lost, He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, just for me. He rose up from the dead. He rose up from the dead. He rose up from the dead. For me, just for me. One day when I was lost, He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, just for me. He's coming back again. He's coming back again. He's coming back again. For me, just for me. One day when I was lost, He died upon the cross. He died upon the cross. For me, just for me.